Why Kate Middleton stood with the Queen and Meghan Markle didn't at Remembrance Day service. Yesterday, both Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle joined other members of the royal family to attend two Remembrance Day services marking the 100th anniversary of the signing of the armistice and end of World War I. In the morning, both duchesses were photographed on two different balconies of the cenotaph while their husbands Prince Harry and Prince William laid wreaths down. Kate was with Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, and Queen Elizabeth II. But Kate and Meghan being on separate balconies wasn't a snub to Meghan as much as it was a surprise promotion for Kate given another royal's absence that day. Prince Philip, the Queen's husband, did not attend any of the Remembrance Day festivities. He would have been alongside the Queen on her balcony if he did, like he was last year. 2017 was the first year that the Queen was standing on a balcony instead of laying a wreath down, so her husband's absence opened a spot up that Kate, as the mother of a future king, was invited to fill. Kate, during all her previous years attending the Remembrance Sunday service, has usually been paired with Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, and Camilla. Here's a history of Kate's balcony placement history. Last year, she was standing with Sophie. Meghan Markle made two separate appearances on Remembrance Day this year, appearing on the balcony overlooking the cenotaph in London during the morning, and attending an evening service at Westminster Abbey. As Meghan has been attending armistice events as a member of the royal family for the very first time this year, fans have been understandably excited to see the Duchess of Sussex in her new role. But many have been questioning why Kate Middleton stood with Queen Elizabeth and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, for the morning service, while Meghan viewed the event alongside the German First Lady, Elke Buitenbender. According to People, there's a very simple reason for Kate standing with the Queen, while Meghan was on a different balcony. The publication explains that during official events, the royal family also arranges themselves according to a royal pecking order, meaning that Meghan and Kate stood where they needed to stand, according to their rank. And as Hello magazine notes, Prince Philip's absence from the event, since his retirement from official duties, is significant, as the Queen's husband would have ordinarily joined her on the balcony, instead of Kate Middleton. Clearly, there was no ill intention regarding Meghan's position on the balcony, and later in the day, the Fab Four reunited at Westminster Abbey. Much to the delight of their fans, Meghan Markle wasn't standing with her royal family members at a Remembrance Day service on Sunday, but that doesn't mean she was slighted. During the solemn ceremony honoring those who lost their lives in World War I, Queen Elizabeth II, Kate Middleton and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, stood together at one balcony, while Meghan watched from the balcony of another window outside the Cenotaph War Memorial in London. As the balconies of each window are small, it's nearly impossible to fit more than 3 or 4 women on each, and although Meghan didn't join her family members, she was given a very important position of her own. During the ceremony, she watched with German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier's wife Elke Buitenbender. During official events, the royal family also arranges themselves according to a royal pecking order. For instance, when Meghan made her official Trooping the Colour debut in June, she wasn't front and center on the palace balcony, and instead stood behind Kate and Prince William. She was not as prominent perhaps as some people might have expected, but there's a pecking order. Joe Little, managing editor of Majesty magazine, told People there was no slight intended, but William, being the older, more senior brother, would go out first, with his wife. Meghan was still in a good position, added Little. She was central rather than the alternative of being in the front row and along the balcony to the left or right. A palace source said that Meghan's balcony position would have come from her. There's no one laying this out, telling her where to stand. And there were a lot of kids who everyone would want at the front.